Welcome back, everyone. It is now May 17th, District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3. And of course, last time, as you might remember, we finished up the trial. We determined it was a Founder's Orb and got Mr. Paul Addison convicted of crimes unimaginable. For what reason would he do this? He's insane, that's why. He's crazy, man. Some politicians just do things for an extra vote, man. Like, they're insane, man. They're insane. But anyway, today, we're finally beginning the next part of Case 5, where things will get really interesting, no doubt about it. What do you mean Miss Fey is still being held hostage? And who is this mastermind? Paul Addison Wimperson was nothing more than a puppet. His benefactor was the one pulling the strings. But I have no idea who they are. So all we know is that the person he was trying to give the orb to. Right, he was just following orders. Whoever it is, it seems they really want to get their hands on the orb. So that Miss Fey's abduction is the work of the so-called benefactor too. Right again, whoever they are, they're in Khura'in. Along with Maya. I wonder who they could be. Right, this Maya. The spirit medium you've been talking about. She wouldn't happen to be bun-haired young lady you defended back in Khura'in. That's her, why do you ask? I see. I think I know what's going on here. I've got the good news for you, Wright. Maya is somewhere safe. That much I'm sure of. I'm afraid you've lost me. So that's who the little snot's patron is. It's all starting to make sense. Fool's no idea I'm here in the States with you all. Dirk, you mind filling us in? Listen to that ringtone. I'll let it play for a minute. I'm just gonna drink a little water. Gotta hear the jingle. Well, that was a short jingle. Anyway, alright. No caller ID. I wonder who's calling. Beep. Hello? Mr. Phoenix Wright, yes? Let me start by thanking you for taking such good care of my subordinates. I still think it's Inga, honestly. I'm gonna just stay on that until proven otherwise. Who is this? I believe you know me as Mr. Addison's benefactor. Ah! Sounds like using a voice changer or something to disguise himself. Yeah, what a surprise. Where's Maya? Is she safe? I had my ears on today's proceedings. I would use a voice changer myself, but I don't know how to edit my voice like that, so, yeah, sorry. What a shock it was to hear that the key to solving the orb's riddle is a spirit medium. I admit I did not see that coming. Wait, did they plant a listening device in here somehow? Wait, that's Apollo. Nevertheless, don't think for a minute that it will guarantee Maya Fey's safety. She's not the only medium within my reach, you see. You harm a hair on Maya's head and you'll have to answer to me. He has another medium in his reach. Sounds like the Queen of Khura'in to me. Sounds like Inga to me. Right, give it here a sec. Wait. Hey there, how's it going, stranger? Who is this? Why, it's your friendly neighborhood dragon. I just happened to be in the US on a little trip. Minister of Justice, Inga Khura'in. Inga? Wait, is he saying that is him, or is he trying to pretend that he's... No. Yeah, okay, he did say dragon after all. So, yeah, okay, well that was a faster confirmation I was expecting. What? Maya's kidnapper? Is Khura'in's Minister of Justice? I mean, look at him. He's crooked as heck. I mean, come on, man. That guy's got crooked written all over his face. Dirk, is that you dirty turncoat? What in blaze is going on here? Oh, you know, just popped over to the States for a little R&R. I like how the voice changing sound effect stopped. Like, okay, well, I guess I was discovered. But enough about me, Inga. That was a poor excuse for a bluff you pulled just now. We both know your threats are as empty as your head. Can't lay a hand on Maya Fey, and I do mean that literally. Ugh. What is he talking about? You can kiss your chance of getting the orb goodbye. Heh heh heh. Maya Fey and my only, how shall I say, insurance, you know, Dirk. What? I've got someone dear to you right in the palm of my hand, see? Now that one, well, you can imagine what kind of things I could do, right? Dot 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 dot. Heh heh, glad you've seen things my way. Meet me at Amara's tomb tomorrow, 3 p.m. sharp. You better come alone, got it? If all goes well, the orb is all you'll need to get Maya Fey back. Dot 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 dot. Dirk, what's going on? You heard him. I have to get back to Khura'in at once. What? Why? No time to explain. But are you even going to make it? What if there are no seats left on the next flight? It's your one man. They're not going to just let you get on a plane. Let me worry about that, Mr. Justice. I knew it! I knew it was Edgeworth! Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth? What are you doing here? Taking care of the hostage situation. Oh, now that you mention it. Pearl did say that you were around in Khura'in Village. What was he looking for in Khura'in, though? I had him look into a few things while I was on my way back from Khura'in. Including my situation, of course. I was astonished to hear she was still in Khura'in earlier. But it explained why I found no connection between her and Mr. Addison. Sorry to interrupt, but going back to the plane situation. I've taken the liberty of chartering one for us. It's ready to take off at any time. And I will do what's necessary to hide the fact that Dirk Sahdmadhi is on board. Wow, must be nice to be Chief Prosecutor. Right. We have no time to lose. We must head to Khura'in at once. Right. I'm going too, after all. You're bound to need my help. No fair, I want to go too. This isn't a vacation, Trucy. Besides, I'll need you to hold down the fort. But Daddy! Guess I should also only bring what's necessary. Sorry, Trucy, but would you mind holding on to this stuff for me? Unnecessary evidence foisted onto Trucy. Okay, it hasn't happened yet. Fine, but you better bring me back something besides just more evidence. Somehow, I'm not surprised that the father photo is still in here, because we literally didn't use that at all in the trial. How do we know for a fact that this is not unnecessary evidence right here, huh? And by unnecessary evidence, we also threw out the old names that are no longer necessary here either. Oh boy. Well, that's fun. Excellent. Now let us make haste. To Khura'in! Good job, Edgeworth. Way to save us a plane. And that's how our sudden trip to the Kingdom of Khura'in began. I never imagined I'd return to the country of my youth under such circumstances, though. Can you imagine? Jeez Louise. That'd be something. Ooh, Khura'in awaits us. May 18th, 2:30 p.m. Temple. That was a long flight. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon. Talk about cutting it close. The Kingdom of Khura'in. This is no time to reminisce, but I gotta say, this place sure brings back memories. Hurry up, Apollo! Right behind you! Jeez, Dirk is gonna stand out like a sore thumb in this place, though. Amara's tomb is located in the courtyard of Garan Palace. We should have just enough time to get there. Then let's sprint there! Think you can keep up, Apollo? Sure, no sweat. Really, also Edgeworth did come with us. Contact the royal family and the local police and inform them of your arrival. Thanks, Edgeworth. Alrighty then. Well, I mean, Well, we're gonna go there, but not quite yet. We're gonna talk first. Any ideas? I know you probably want to reminisce and all, but there's no time for that right now. You're right. We gotta get to Amara's tomb where Miss Fey is being held captive. Yeah, I gotta do that while we still can anyway. Apollo! I'm sure it's minutes later. Time's running out. You're right. We have to find Miss Fey before it's too late. Gosh dang it. Can we present stuff at least? Apollo, don't go showing me stuff for no reason. Let's find Miss Fey before it's too late. Oh, I swear. What if I had a reason though, huh? Alright, let's go. Just gonna push us right over there. May 18th. 2:45 p.m. Garon Palace, Royal Residence. I wasn't made for all the running and climbing and near drowning I've done this week. It's 2:45, only 15 minutes left. See the cylindrical building rising in the distance? That's Amara's tomb. Amara, wasn't that the previous queen? The one who was assassinated? Yes, and I'm the one they pinned it on. Take a few minutes to get to the tomb from here. So you've returned. Oh wait, you returned, Barbed Head. Ah! Excuse me. I've seen her before on the news. If I remember correctly, this is the Crown Princess Rafa Padma Khura'in. What are you people doing here? This is the royal residence. Commoners are not allowed entry without permission. Prosecuted from the States. Should have already called and requested permission for us to enter. As to why we're here, your benevolence, have you seen Minister Inga? If you seek my father, I just saw him heading towards Amara's tomb. Was he with anyone? You know, like someone shady looking underlings or something? No, he was alone. Why do you ask? Looks like she has no idea about Miss Fey's abduction. You hear that? I think we have company. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Bow down before her glory! Her Eminence Queen Garon, Grand Priestess of Khura'in, approaches! Huh? Garon? It's the Queen. Ah, it's... Queen Garon. Guards. Seize them at once. Surround Amara's tomb at once. Yes, your eminence! What? What's she doing? Is she going to help us? Excuse me, your eminence. So, our barbed-head lawyer returns. May we presume you are here for Maya Fey, the spirit medium who has been abducted? Yes, you may. Allow us to apologize for the criminal actions of our husband. Oh, no need to apologize for him. Honestly, Inga, abducting a guest in our country? How could you? Father abducted someone? Your Eminence, what about those soldiers over there? They are Garon Royal Guard, soldiers who serve the crown and no other. Royal Guard? They are an elite force selected from only the most loyal and outstanding of our subjects. And why have you ordered them to surround the tomb? Police will not come in if it is my husband who is committing the crime. We shall have to storm the tomb, and take Minister Inga into custody ourselves. What? You mean... Garon, no! His hostage is in there! Dirk! How dare you set foot in the palace? Have you come to turn yourself in? Listen, we need to call a truce for now. Garon Royal Guard, seize the traitor of the crown. As you wish, your eminence! Resist and you die! Wait a second. Hold it! Slow down there, Garon. I'm here to conduct a hostage exchange. If you take me in now, Maya Fey is as good as dead. A hostage exchange? And why would he choose to do such a thing with you? We can talk about that later. Right now I need to get in there before it's too late. If I can't resolve this in 20 minutes, you can storm the place. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Dirk, wait! Guards, allow the insurgent Dirk Sahdmadhi to pass. Bobhead, you have some explaining to do. Right, well, while we're waiting here... Apollo, why don't you explain the situation? What? Me? Well, Dirk is actually my father, so, yeah. Leave nothing out, Hornhead, or I'll just horn you where you stand. Hornhead? She doesn't waste any time coming up with nicknames. And what's with the attitude? Her father's the one who abducted Miss Fey. I don't know. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. First... Hornhead, stop wasting my time and explain what's going on now. And make it quick, or I'll yank those horns right off your head. Nah, how about we keep our hands to ourselves and I'll explain everything. Guess I better start talking. How about a photo of your father? Okay. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work, honestly. Actually, wait, what about the Founder's Orb? Okay, no. Just basically no to everything. She's not taking any of this nonsense, it seems. I get it, man. I don't blame her. I don't blame her one bit. Let's see. Daughter of Khura'in and Princess of Khura'in, who is more than a little spoiled. The Grand Priestess and Queen of Khura'in has said that she can channel the dead. I didn't know if Apollo had, like, different commentary for this versus Phoenix anyway, but apparently not. Actually, wait. Examine. I want to examine things first, man. This is no time to be looking around. Until Dirk gets back. Really? The Khura'in Royal Guard is the tomb surrounded. Yeah, and it looks like they might storm the place at any moment. Her Eminence gives the order they'll have no choice but to follow through. And I have the feeling she's about ready to do so. All we do is wait and hope for the best, huh? I hope Dirk and Miss Fey both come out of this in one piece. Jeez, that's so wrong, though, honestly. Divorce your husband right now, Queen. Just do it. Just do it. Dirk's in there right now. Sure hope he's okay. Oh, boy. Well, either way, I mean, he's the one who enacted the DC Act. I mean, this is kind of grounds for, like, getting rid of DC Act, isn't it? It's no time to be looking around. Not until Dirk gets back. I didn't mean to do that. I want to finish... Even though he's probably to say the same thing to everything, I'm just going to examine everything at least once. And when it's time, we'll be ready to go. Oh, we'll walk away. No time to look around. Whoa. Oh, right there. So many things to look at. Oh my gosh, this place is full of it, isn't it? And I see absolutely nothing else. Okay. Alright, talk to me. Actually, don't talk to me. I'm gonna leave. Where do you think you're going? Oh, right, we're supposed to wait for Dirk to return. Yeah. That's right, Apollo, that's right. How's she thinking about Inga? Do my ears deceive me, or did I hear talk of my father abducting someone? You heard right. He abducted Maya Fey and... Insolent fool. Pardon my rudeness. A gentle soul such as my father could not have possibly committed such a crime. Man, clearly he is a way different person around his family compared to how he is around us. Like, clearly. Gentle? You think he's gentle? I'm afraid it's true, your benevolence. He's holed up in that tomb as we speak. Really, I find this difficult to believe. Why would he do such a thing? Because he's power hungry, he's insane. Your benevolence, you saw your father heading towards the tomb. I did. I was over on that veranda, deep in thought. When I saw him hurrying towards the tomb, I say it was about 10 minutes ago. Why was he rushing? Maybe he was worried he'd be late. Did you see anyone else heading for the tomb? I saw no one else after he entered. So Minister Inga and Miss Fey are the only ones in there besides Dirk. Who knows, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had a minion or two with him. Dirk, I sure hope he's alright. It's only been 5 minutes. Ah, feels like an eternity. A certain character from Genshin Impact would like eternity, that's for sure. Patience, Apollo, patience. Dot 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 dot. I am the queen, please bow down before me. May 18th, 3:20 p.m. Garon Palace Royal Residence. It's been almost 20 minutes. What's taking Dirk so long? The appointed time has come. Our royal guard shall now storm in. Let me guess, he's gonna... Like, he better not be dead, I swear. He's gonna be, like, murdered or something, and then freaking Maya's gonna be pinned for the crime again or something, because, yeah. Can't you wait just a little longer? No, we cannot wait. Every second we wait puts the hostage's life in even more danger. Therefore, we see no alternative but to order our guards to storm in. But I'll put Miss Fey's life in danger, too. Guards, storm the tomb and seize Minister Inga, along with the insurgent Dirk Sahdmadhi. Yes, your eminence! What, Dirk's under arrest, too? Naturally, that traitorous snake assassinated my predecessor, Queen Amara. Now go, seize them both. It's going the way I was expecting this to go. We're gonna have to prove him innocent of the assassination from 20 years ago, probably. We're going in! Follow me, men! For her eminence! Yurdi Ha Garon! I hope no one gets hurt. Your eminence! What the? Why are they running back out? It's like they saw a dead body or something. What is the meaning of this? Something terrible has happened! Dirk! The minister! He's dead! What? Wait. Dirk and the minister are dead? Or just the minister is dead? What's this? What? Apollo, quick! I'm right behind you. No one is about our... Come, let us see what has transpired. Yes, your eminence! So... Okay, I'm confused. May 18th, Garon Palace. Amara's tomb. Where's Dirk? Apollo, over there. Oh, okay. Dirk? Dirk, what have you done? Apollo? Look! So it is Minister Inga who has fallen. ... Guards! Seize the murderous man at once! Yes, your eminence! Surrender now or perish, rebel scum! No, wait! Ugh! Dirk, they're taking him away. Thud. Ow! Dirk just threw something at me. Wait, this is the... Is he telling me to keep it safe? Wait, didn't we already have it? I'm confused. Nick, is that you? Maya, are you alright? Dirk, he saved me. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open. Maya, you're a very key witness in this. I hope you'll explain this for us properly this time. Minister Inga, the man behind Miss Fey's abduction, had been killed. Well, let's just say he... To be fair, he kind of got what was coming to him. But what the frick happened, though? And Dirk was arrested for his murder. So was that abduction... It was that the abduction of Maya Fey came to a sudden unexpected resolution. With this, the curtain fell on the minister. But things were far from over. I can't imagine it'd be another suicide, though. What the frick would... What, like, how? I don't think someone as power-hungry as him would just randomly commit suicide just to get a rebel freaking arrested, you know? So stupid. May 18th, Garon Palace, Royal Residence. Apollo, what happened? I can't say for sure. From what I can tell, it seems Dirk has killed Minister Inga. What? You think he did to save Miss Fey? Most likely, but who knows? I'm really confused right now. My father, this cannot be. I must see for myself. Your benevolence, we cannot allow you to pass! Fool, stand aside. Forgive us, but we have direct orders from Her Eminence, Queen Garon! Father. Oh, Father. Dirk, you will pay for this! Apollo, let's go regroup somewhere. Yeah. Dirk, it wasn't really you that did it, right? What if it was really him, though? Then what? May 18th, Temple. ... Are you okay, Apollo? Yeah. As we're speaking with the local police. So let's sit tight until he returns. Oh, okay. ... I know you must be in a state of shock right now, but I need you to stay with us, Apollo. He's right. I can't go into pieces now. Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'll be fine. Yeah, that's right, Apollo. You're gonna be fine. May 18th. Temple. Right, Mr. Justice. I'm afraid I have some bad news. It looks like things will only get more complicated from here. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what's happening with Dirk? As I understand it, he's been officially charged with the murder of Minister Inga. He has? However, I did manage to get his permission to investigate the crime scene. And I expect I will be allowed to visit Mr. Sahdmadhi shortly. Thank you. I'm sure glad Prosecutor Edgeworth is here with us. Also, it just so happens that Detective Sky is here in Khura'in, because she likes to follow you guys around. So I've asked her to assist us with our investigation. What's she doing here? It seems Prosecutor Sahdmadhi has grown quite fond of her. He's been ferrying for her all around over the place, a few days here, a few days there. They're almost become a team of sorts. Despite what Nayuta says, it seems he thinks highly of Emma's skills. So what now, Apollo? I think I'll go pay Dirk a visit at the detention center. I want to go check in on Maya at the hospital. What about you, Athena? Well, if there's footwork to be done, I better stick with Apollo and give him a hand. Very well, then I will accompany Wright. Okay, we'll go our separate ways for now. No, I want Edgeworth with us, though. Aw, man. Alright, if anything comes up, you have my cell number. You know your way around here, Apollo? It's been over 10 years since I left, but I'll try not to get us hopelessly lost. Yeah, try your best. I thought that attorney badges were the same around the world. I just realized that this type is only used back home. You've had your badge for a while now, and you're just noticing that? Hey, I'm still getting used to things after all the time I spent in Europe. But as they say, when in Rome... Wait, what are we even talking about anymore? I don't know. We're talking about things. The orb, it was a real surprise to find out that it's hollow on the inside, wasn't it? Yeah, an even bigger surprise to find that the founder's face was hidden within. But now that the orb's secret has been revealed, how are you supposed to restore it to its original state? Well, it was probably wax or something that melted to reveal the figure inside, so... we turned it upside down and heated it up again. She'll go back to the way it was. Oh, I get it. It's one clever little contraption. Is that really how that works, though? I've been thinking about that photo. Father was quite the manly man, Apollo. Haha, I sense a compliment in there somewhere. Huh? Where do you get that idea? Oh, never mind. Never mind what? Nice weather we're having today. I know, right? Dot 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 dot. Aw, is there something you wanted to hear me say, Apollo? Look, just forget I said anything, okay? Yeah. Alright, time to examine some things finally. Well, what shall we be doing the examining of today? This? Sure, a lot of temples around here. In fact, it looks like most of the buildings around here are related to Khura'inism. I mean, it's Khura'in, what else would it be? Yes, totally no Khura'inism buildings in Khura'in, no siree. Mr. Wright stayed there the entire time he was here, apparently. Why would he stay at a temple instead of a hotel? Do they not have hotels here, maybe? He said it helped to cut costs. Long stays at a hotel really add up, you know. But he had to sleep on the floor with a load of strangers. There weren't any showers either. Well, that's worse than staying at a youth hostel for backpackers. Hostel? What's a hostel? Or do they mean to say hotel and that was just a typo? I wonder. This is said to be a sacred spring and a pathway for souls to follow. People of Khura'in believe the spring draws souls to the temple. And by the truth gained in the Hall of Justice beyond, they are memorialized, seeing that legal trials and funeral rites are inseparable in this country. Oh, really now? Okay, that's nope. And that's everything. Alright, Athena, let's talk. Any ideas? Queen Garan sure has a lot of personal attendants. Yeah, the Garan Royal Guard. They're like her own private army. More like an elite fan club made up from carefully selected soldiers who adore her. That's how I see it anyway. That's a pretty blunt way of putting it. What to do? Dirk Sahdmadhi, the charismatic leader of the Defying Dragons, arrested. This is going to deal a major blow to the rebels. Yeah, I can already see Dats having a heart attack when he finds out. Speaking of Dats, he was on the plane with us. But I haven't seen him since we landed. Dirk said he wanted Dats to go home before he caused any more trouble. Yeah, he strikes me as a troublemaker. I just hope he doesn't do anything crazy like trying to break Dirk out of jail. I mean, you never know. Could happen. Alright. Can we go here first? I just want to go places and examine them. Because we haven't fully examined this place yet. Oh, look at those flowers. They give the whole house such a cute vibe. Oh, this is where the Princess Rafa lives. I doubt it. She doesn't look like the type to decorate with cute flowers. I mean, I may not know her well, but she seems awfully serious and snobby. But she uses nothing but roses and peonies. Stuffy old people flowers, you know. Apollo? I guess it's too much to ask that you not judge a book by its cover, huh? What's that supposed to mean? Obviously don't judge a book by its cover, Apollo. Jeez, is that not obvious already? Vibrant lotus flowers floating on still waters. Butterflies dancing about. It's almost supernatural in its beauty. At the center of it all rises the tomb where Amara's soul slumbers. Makes you wonder if that bridge there is a gateway to the hereafter. Yeah, especially after both Dirk and Inga crossed that bridge earlier. You never know. You never know. The previous Queen Amara was laid to rest in her own private tomb. Pretty impressive. They say it cost some $800 million to build. That's a lot of money. And took 400 workers 5 years to complete. Special memorial rites were also conducted at various points of its construction. It's quite an undertaking. It was built with donations from her devoted subjects and royalty of neighboring countries. Ended up giving a huge boost to the national economy. Wow, Queen Amara must have been one charismatic lady. Makes you kind of wonder why she got murdered in the first place. What was there to gain with her assassination? Are these Inga's footprints? You appear to be heading towards a tomb. Was there footprints? I thought those were like stepping stones. Didn't Princess Rayfa mention something about that? You know, something on rushing over to the tomb before we arrived? Wonder if he had accidentally dozed up before the exchange or something. We will never know now. Well, I mean, I guess we could channel him, but still. This overturned urn has spilled water everywhere. Everything around is soaking wet. Don't look at me! Rightly or wrongly, I'm guessing Athena's the type who gets blamed for a lot of things. And the more people accuse her, the more defensive she becomes. Even to the point of preemptively denying any wrongdoing. I said it wasn't me! I never said it was. Yeah, Apollo. Why are you staring at her like that? Somebody got a little carried away decorating this place. There's a golden lion keeping watch at the entrance. And frog looks like it's cowering under the lion's glare. Really? Because to me it looks like the frog is glaring at the lion. Come on, Athena, how does that make any sense? Why couldn't a frog glare at a lion? Huh? I just call him as I see him. I guess we'll just have to agree to disagree. Well, where's the frog at, though? I don't see the frog that they're speaking of. Oh. Wait, maybe that's it right there? Yeah, I guess I could see that as glaring at the lion. I don't know. I kind of see it that way. The palace of Queen Khura'in is built to impress. White walls and gold ornamentation lend to an imposing air. Makes Minister Inga's residence look downright humble by comparison. Yeah, it shows a difference in their taste. And which one wears pants, so to speak. Yeah, I guess? I mean, they all wear pants. I mean, don't you see it? It's so obvious they all wear pants. I mean, jeez, man. Alright, how about the tomb? I like how we just come here and it's like, yeah, you know, everything's fine here. Apollo, I know you can't help but want to start investigating, but... I know, we should pay Dirk a visit over to the detention center. Really? You're not gonna let us investigate right now, Athena? Come on! Let us investigate everywhere else. Fine! May 18th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Apollo, here to see your old man, are you? Dirk, are they done interrogating you? Are you done interrogating yourself? Nope, the fun hasn't even started. I imagine they'll really rake me over the coals, though. I don't even want to think about how harsh their interrogation method will be. Yeah, but that's nothing compared to what they'll do if they find him guilty. They branded me a terrorist who's killed the previous queen, now the Justice Minister. Found guilty of these crimes, I'll be facing a very public execution. Public execution? It's worse than I thought. Come on, son, turn that frown upside down. You'll jinx us. As soon as I get out of here, I'll take you to this tasty hash house I know. I like that. I really need to focus on what happened. Time to switch to work mode. Dirk, can you tell me what happened? Oh, and there's also something I want you to take a look at. Something to take a look at? Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a bit anyway, but first... hello, guard. The guard's standing so still and with such great posture. What if he spends his days just watching the dust dance in the sunlight? Wait a second. Don't you do that in court sometimes, Athena? Eep! You mean you noticed? Don't think you can take it easy just because I'm the lead lawyer in this one. Indeed. Why is Phoenix not the lead lawyer here? I guess Apollo's gonna be the lead lawyer all the way through, huh? Dot 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 dot. Don't do it, Athena. Don't ring that bell. Ack! Who, me? Perish the thought. I mean, I would never do something so childish. Dot 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 dot. Alright, put your bracelet away already. Talk about unfair. Haha, I can tell when you're lying. Your nervous twitches give you away. Alright. I'm proud of you, son. You've really become a fine lawyer. Well, at least it means I'm qualified to defend you. I think this day would come where you to come to my defense. I'm one lucky man. Now I can die in peace. Whoa, slow down. I'm going to prove you innocent. So, also trying to defend him in court also means that he's risking his life too, Dirk, if you didn't forget. Ha 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 ha. Just pulling your leg, son. Even when he's in the slammer, Dirk is Dirk. Found his orb. See, we got it safely out of the tomb. Why do you throw it at me like that? I want you to listen carefully, son. The orb must not fall into Khura'in's hands. Not ever. I thought Minister Inga was the one who was after it. He was the one who lent it to Professor Buff out to study, after all. So don't you expose his crime now? I have, but there's more connected to this relic than meets the eye. Much more. Whatever it is, I can't help feeling that it could turn this entire kingdom upside down. Said something like that before. It's like Dirk's intuition is at it again. Khura'in will do anything to retrieve this. So guard it well, son, at least until tomorrow's trial. Indeed, indeed. It's the only remaining photo of your father. Take good care of it. I will. I'm just surprised to see it after all these years. A tough time tracking it down and retrieving it. I can't skip this. Isn't this a repeat? It's taken by some European tourists who just happen to be watching your father. I had one of my men go to Europe to look them up and ask whether we could have it. You went through all that trouble? I did, so don't go losing it or anything. I said I'd take good care of it, didn't I? Yeah. Well, anyway, apparently Jove has something to do with, like, mythology or whatever. I don't want to say what kind of mythology because I'm probably going to forget what it was and be like, butcher it. But it's some kind of mythology. I guess in said mythology, I guess Jove's son is actually Apollo, which they're linking some mythology to these names here. So that's interesting stuff, I guess. The incident. Dirk, what happened in there? You didn't really kill Minister Inga, did you? Well, the thing is, I really don't know. What? Huh? I remember seeing the mural, the founder, right as I entered the tomb. I got all dizzy immediately after that. Next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand. And covered in Inga's blood. What? Really, man? Gotta make this hard on this, don't you? So you don't remember meeting with him? No, the last thing I remember after entering the tomb was feeling really dizzy. There's no way you can explain what happened if you can't remember anything. Yeah. I suppose there's no getting out of this one. Well, we can't give up yet. Ha 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 ha! I was just messing with you, son. Well, stop, it's not funny. Sorry. Sheesh, nothing seems to faze him, not even being arrested for murder. Gonna be one tough case, Apollo. Not only have I been charged with Inga's murder, but I've also been charged with Amara's assassination from 23 years ago. You're on trial for 2 charges? Khura'in is practically licking her chops just thinking about my public execution. Guess it means we can't afford to lose our heads, huh? Ha 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 ha! I don't know how you can laugh at a time like this. So, son, I take it you'll be defending me at my trial? Of course, you can count on me. That's my boy. Looks like your nerves are as steely as those vocal cords of yours. After all, you've got the Defense Culpability Act to contend with, too. Oh, right. So if you're found guilty, then I'll be charged with the same double homicide, huh? Don't tell me you forgot about that. I'll be fine. I just have to make sure we win this one. You sure? Because you don't sound very fine. Apollo? What was that about an assassination 23 years ago? 23 years ago. About that incident 23 years ago. That was when the previous Queen Amara was assassinated, wasn't it? Yes, someone set her private residence on fire. Really? She lost her life in the ensuing blaze. And you were arrested for the crime? Why would they arrest you, Mr. Sahdmadhi? Weren't you just a lawyer back then? What relation could you have had with the Queen?
About that, Amara was, well, my wife. I knew it! She was my wife. I may not look the part, but I was once husband to the queen. In short, I was royalty.
What? No way! Are you saying you won the heart of the reigning queen?
Ha 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 ha! Come on, you're talking to a guy who honed his prowess against the witnesses on the stand. Even a queen is no match for this dragon's glare.
Wow, you're really something else.
So was the verdict ever reached, Dirk? I was my own attorney and won. Until I was accused of fabricating evidence, that is. Then it all went south.
Now where have I heard a story like that before?
What happened after that? They have proof he was fabricating evidence? I made a run for it.
You ran, but why?
I didn't kill Amara, and I didn't fabricate any evidence. But if I had stuck around for a retrial, and have been found guilty for sure. Couldn't allow it to happen. Amara's true killer would have never faced justice if I did. So I left my law practice behind and went underground.
And that was 23 years ago. Are you telling me that after all these years, you still haven't discovered the truth?
Yeah, the fact that it was on arson means that the crime scene was reduced to ashes. There's little in the way of evidence left. It's just been brick wall after brick wall.
Guess that means it's all up to me to figure it out, huh? Along with Mr. Inga's murder, of course. Man, I kinda hate that he's dead, though. I wanted to stick it to him, I swear.
Oh well, what can you do?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, son, don't look so down. With you on the case, it'll work out somehow.
Hope he's right.
Say, son, do you remember my office?
Sure, I remember that messy, dimly lit room.
File of a mask of Amara's assassination is kept there. I think it might help you on this case. You remember how to get there?
Let me think. I recall going through a manhole. How can I not, Dirk? I hated how I always got so dirty getting there. And that stench. Yeah, that old case is important too, but I should probably focus on the minister's murder first.
I'm afraid your time is up!
Exclamation mark.
Oh, hello, Sahdmadhi.
Nayuta? It is time for the prisoner's interrogation. So be gone, you putrid-headed criminal abetting lawyer. Wait, don't tell me you're the prosecuting attorney.
What? But that would mean...
Is there a problem here? You bet there is. He's your father. And your point is, in relation to the accused, is irrelevant. The fact remains, I am a prosecutor. No, that's not what I don't think I'm getting through to him.
Nayuta, long time no see, son. How have you been? Dot 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 dot. Look. I hear you've been serving Garan, rather faithfully, in fact. Whatever happened to our dream of taking her down and changing this country, son?
The past is the past.
What do you mean? Why are you doing this?
It's simple. People change. The Nayuta you knew exists no more.
Listen, son, I don't know what made you change like this. But he's still my boy, even if you prosecute my case. The rest of the Defying Dragons and I eagerly await your return. Whenever you're ready, we'll welcome you back with open arms.
As I said, I've moved on. Now let us waste no more time, for flowers do not blossom simply from talk of the past. Nayuta, why do I get the feeling there's something he wants to say but can't? God, move the accused to the interrogation room.
Yes, sir, this way, you rebel scum! Ow, watch it! Not so rough, will you?
Nayuta, is he seriously going to prosecute his own father?
Well, I mean, what can you do, I guess, right? Nothing else really to do here, so... I was gonna say there's no guard here. Will that change the dialogue? Apparently not. Well, I guess with that done, I don't know where the heck we're going next, but... I imagine it's either going to be the royal residence or the tomb. Probably the tomb. My fingers. I'm pointing my fingers at the tomb. Let's say that. My fingers are right on that right now. No, I'm kidding. It's not actually. It's on the detention center. But anyway, next episode, everyone. We're going to go see if that is indeed the answer. So, this is definitely taking a turn for the worst, for sure, no doubt. And, I mean, expectedly, we're going to have to figure out how to prove him innocent in the thing from 23 years ago. But can we also prove him innocent in the present case? That is to be determined. We shall find out. But obviously that's not going to be next episode. But next episode we're going to continue investigating and try to get closer to said truth. So until then, everyone, I'll see y'all later. You all have a good one. See you tomorrow. Oh yeah. Hello everyone. You've reached the end of this video. But before we go for the day, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to the tier 4 and 5 channel members. Phoenix Edgeworth, Acheron X2, Menthy, and Meister Papala. Thank you all for being awesome and supporting the channel. If you too would like to also get your name shouted out at the end of each video and live stream, shoutouts are available for all tier 4 and 5 channel members. I hope you all have an awesome day. I'll see you all later.